let's do not waste the time and start the presentation. Okay, so how the architecture of Sycope looks like. Yeah, we are collecting data from many type of devices like firewalls, routers, switches, or even from our own probe device, which can transform the raw data traffic into the net flow data, and thanks to this that we can collect the data from many different devices, from many different places, we can see all the traffic in the network. So we can find the communication not only between the network and the internet, but we can also see the traffic inside the network segment and find the unwanted communication or suspicious communication in this place of the network. In the Sycope, we've got 3 modules. Visibility, which is the basic model for all our customers. In this model, you can see the basic and the most important information about the network communication. So, for example, who with whom communicate with, how many data they exchanged, on which protocol, using which application, and stuff like this. We can present it as graphs or as a raw data to analyze the data very, very precisely. The second model is performance. This model is dedicated for measuring the performance of the network. So we can measure the delays, we can measure the retransmissions in the network, and thanks to that, we can find the problems in the network, inside the network. And the third model is security model. This model is dedicated for detecting unwanted, suspicious communication in the network. We've got many different methods to detect unwanted communication in the network, and during the main part of the presentation, I will focus on this model, but for now I would like to share a little bit more about the visibility and performance model, because these models are predefined, so you do not have to spend hours just creating the views, creating the dashboards, or analyzing the data. We prepared many dashboards to help you analyze the data faster and easier. So you can find the pie charts, you can find the graphs which shows the communication in the network. You can find the numbers which describe the current network situation, and you can analyze the data very, very precisely. If it's not enough for you, you can use the filter language to filter data more precisely. You can set the time frame which you would like to analyze, and then you will see the data captured by our system in this particular time, and you can analyze the details of the traffic, and you can provide the information about the communication and find the issue in the network communication. But as I said, I would like to focus on security model because for now security is even more important than it was in the past. So let's talk about the security and detection threats. As you probably know, current networks have the multi-layer security model. So it means that in the networks we've got perimeter security like firewalls, UTMs, and NG firewalls and stuff like this. We've got endpoint security. I mean the antivirus software or any other system which are working on the endpoints, on the workstations, but usually people skip the network part of the security, which is very, very important. Why? Because current attacks, current threats got different parts. Probably you know many models, many frameworks which describes the network attacks. So usually we've got something like initial access, where when the attacker infect the workstation, then we've got the discovery, and the attacker is looking for another systems in our network. Then attackers try to get the access to another system, infect another system, collect the data, communicate with CNC systems to know what to do next. And for example, the impact phase of the attack, when we've got encryption of the workstation, or we've got the data leakage. So this is the scope of the attack, and different layers of the security are better to detect the attack in different phases. So for example, perimeter security, I mean firewall, cannot detect the discovery phase, because the discovery phase is inside the network, so it's invisible for the perimeter firewall. So because of that, the firewall cannot show us the information about the port scan or network scan or something like this. When we are thinking about the endpoint security, we cannot provide this type of security to any device in the network, because we've got not only the workstations, but we've got also printer devices, we've got some phones in the network. So it's not possible to install antivirus software on devices like this. So because of that, we've got better solutions to detect the different phase of the attack. And the whole model of the multi-layer security is that at least one layer of this module should detect unwanted traffic, unwanted communication in the network, and raise the alert to show us that something going wrong in the network.